Welcome back to Get Connected, coming to you from Prague. But first and foremost, it's time for Health Beat. And for that, we're returning back to stateside to talk to the rescue chef. Danny Boome is going to talk to us not only about his health, but some great ideas on how we can live even healthier and happier. Welcome, Danny.
Yeah, hey, how's it going?
Well, it's certainly great having you with us, Danny. But first and foremost, how did you become known as the rescue chef?
Well, the rescue chef, I literally go around the country saving people in their own kitchens every day. And that's how my TV show on the Food Network came about. You know, we're basically people who have got kitchen dilemmas or kitchen catastrophes. That's how it all began. And so the rescue chef was born.
Well, Danny, it certainly sounds like a lot of fun. Now, I can only imagine us people that don't follow the recipes are a big part of the problem we have in the kitchen.
Well, the whole thing is, the funny thing is people don't actually even know how to read a recipe, which is kind of strange because it starts from the ingredients. And if you follow the ingredients, you can't go wrong because the ingredients are supposed to be put in at the same level as the instructions. But the other thing is we don't experiment enough. We don't try different things enough, you know? So we should sometimes throw the recipe, use the recipe as a guideline and just go with it, you know? And, you know, that's basically why I'm here today to talk to you, because I'm partnered up with the people who make Aleve, and we've started a website called Arthriving.com. And what I've done is I've put some recipes up there, and the idea is we're here because I am one of 50 million people who have arthritis, and that's what the site's about. So it's called Arthriving.com, and I've taken the recipes that I normally do and I've changed them to help people with arthritis and change the ingredients up and advise them on how to make even a simple thing like this omelette in just a different way by using a couple of different ingredients may help them decrease the inflammation in their body.
Well, Danny, that's certainly very interesting, but we have to turn our attention to your diagnosis. What led you to go see the doctor, and how did they determine what you had?
Well, how it all started was I was 23 years old, 12 years ago. I mean, I'm very young, and when people look at me, they go, God, you got arthritis? And I go, yeah. And they go, isn't that an old person's disease? And I go, well, you'd think, but generally, people find out they have arthritis a little bit later and don't get diagnosed so soon. So I was a bit of a hypochondriac, I guess. I was a professional ice hockey player at the time as well. And people used to say to me, you know, stop your whining. Why don't you go down to the doctor, get it all checked out? Had a blood test and found out that I had early stages of osteoarthritis. So I, at that point, said, right, okay, well, I'm going to be having this for the rest of my life. I've got to find a way how to manage it. So I've talked to dietitians and doctors and personal trainers, and over the last 12 years, I've learned how to manage my disease. And basically, by partnering with Arthriving.com, I'm able to pass on my hints and tips, and also some recipes, and also build a community for people with arthritis. You know, you're not alone. And when you're thinking, let's think about the word of Arthriving.com. It means I may have arthritis, but I will thrive. Because we're trying to encourage you to keep active, because the only way you beat this thing is not let it beat you.
Wow, Danny, I love your attitude, but I didn't know there was a such thing as an English hockey player.
Dude, we invented the sport. People forget that. We invented baseball, we left it with the Americans. We invented rugby, we left it with the Welsh and the Australians. We invented cricket, we left it with the Indians. And yet another sport that we did, the only one we kept was soccer, because it was the only thing at the time we were good at, and now look where we are.
That is hilarious, Danny. Given all your tremendous success, what advice would you give to the rest of us living out our dreams?
Well, you just got to go for it, buddy. You got to go for it. Live like there's no tomorrow. And like, you know what? I live with pain. I've been a professional athlete. I have a very physical job being a chef, but I may have my good days, and they're great when they're good. I may have my bad days, but you know what? You got to keep going through them and never take a rejection. Just keep going through it. And if your body's rejecting something, you can always change it, can't you?
Danny, great advice, great attitude. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Danny is awesome. We're going to have to check out the Rescue Chef, his show, and first and foremost, get him on skates. We're going to have to battle him, see if he can really play some hockey. But first and foremost, check out our Get Connected website for other Health Beat segments we recently did at conntv.com. We'll be right back here in Prague when we come back. Thank you so much for watching. Are you tired of negative news? We are.
And that's why we're creating a movement.
by keeping it real.
With what you need to know.
It's more than what's happening.
It's bringing hope back to our lives.
So go to conntv.com and join our movement.